Woo! What in the world? What in the world? What's going on with y'all, man? Hope everybody's doing great. Hope everybody enjoyed their holiday weekend. I know I sure enough did. Definitely did. So for everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Kuntry. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach that loves to sit around and talk about sports. And we got a few things to talk about tonight. First of all, let's go ahead and take the housekeeping, get the housekeeping out of the way. Make sure that you hit that like button for me. Also, make sure if you're watching the show after we went live, put a what in the world bow in the comments. Definitely, definitely. Now, I had to show love to everybody who's showing love to me, right? We got a few things that we need to talk about tonight, Bo. It's finna go down like there's a whale in the boat. And, we finna go after it like a hobo on a ham sandwich. I can't say that's a Big Low Country original. I heard that one on the internet. But we finna go after it tonight, Bo. First of all, let me go ahead and show love to everybody, man. So let's see here. Let's see what we got. Anthony writes in here. He says, "Good evening, Coach Low and Coach Ronnie. Much love to your family." Jamal, what in the world, Bo? What's good with your fam? Padre, hope that you're doing good, my brother. Hope that you're doing well. RC, Plain Builder. Hey, Coach Ronnie. Padres on time. What in the world? I give monkey do fall out of trees sometimes. Oh man. Petty young boy came in here and says, "What in the world, Bo?" Dre True Statement says, "What in the world, Bo?" Lo, I had to come over here. So for everybody who don't know, Coach Dre True Statement, he gets naked for Baker Mayfield. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna be excited about this show tonight. I'm pretty sure he's been scouring, wandering aimlessly around YouTube, looking for some Baker Mayfield content. I got you today, Bo. Jamal D said, "Look like the Panthers still giving us free picks twice." I hear you, Bo. I hear you. So for everybody who don't know, I'm pretty sure you have heard, because I know that everybody's abreast on their NFC South news, right? So for everybody who don't know, Baker Mayfield got traded from the Cleveland Browns to the Carolina Panthers for 4 bottle caps and 7 inches of string. and check this out. This is the kicker. Cleveland is paying most of his salary. They're literally paying him to leave. What in the world? Now, y'all know we're going to get to the 1-2 questions a little bit later on. I'm kind of surprised. Well, you know what? I can't say I was surprised, because Dre True Statement told me that it was going to happen. But we've been kicking this around. And I know that some people said that Jimmy Garoppolo was going to be going to the Cleveland Browns. Going to the Carolina Panthers. Some people said, "Hey, man, it's Baker Mayfield." I was under the impression that, look, Deshaun Watson, he's so busy getting massages, he wasn't going to have no time to play football this year. And Cleveland was going to end up keeping Baker Mayfield, letting him have his prove-it years so he could go where he's going to go to next year. Because let's be honest, we know that it's going to be at least a year, right? That's what I'm thinking. But anyway, Baker Mayfield, he's playing with the Carolina Panthers. I guess our rivals. According to Rashad today, I guess they're our rivals. So, this is something that we got to unpack. Now, I know a lot of people, I know a lot of y'all might be like me. Baker Mayfield, he's not really my cup of tea. I just gonna be completely honest with you. He rubbed me the wrong way. You can think of it as the opposite of Deshaun Watson at the massage parlor. I get rubbed the wrong way. It's the opposite of that old school Johnny Gill song. I'm rubbed the wrong way. Not rub you the right way. It ain't like that. What's going on, Tyler Russell? Much love to you, my brother. Jamal said, "What's going on, beloved? What's up, beloved?" Baker Mayfield, he rubs me the wrong way, right? And it's one of those cases where, let's think about this. I mean, Coach Ronan always talks about whenever he was in college. He was in college playing for Oklahoma. You know, he was doing all the TikTok dances, all the stuff, and all that. That's cool and everything. Now I'm gonna tell you, I don't feel like it was authentic. I feel like he was, trying to market himself. And Coach Ronan brought this up to me. I feel like he was trying to market himself to get a Progressive commercial. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Now let's be honest. As far as a commercial actor, Baker Mayfield, he pretty good. I got to give it to him. Like, let's talk about this love scene. Whoa, like that was pretty good. I got to give it to him. But as a quarterback, and I need my quarterback to have a certain set of characteristics, a certain set of attributes. Baker Mayfield doesn't have that. And that's just my opinion. Dre, true statement. Please don't beat me up, Mr. Dre. Please don't. Baker Mayfield, he rubs me the wrong way. First of all, if your quarterback gets hurt, he still plays during the season. Have you ever seen Matt Ryan say, yeah, I didn't play that good this season? Man, my non-throwing shoulder. It was just hurt all season. Have you ever seen Tom Brady say, man, I didn't play as good, but I was hurt. We never heard Peyton Manning. Never heard Troy Aikman or anybody else do nothing like that. But Baker Mayfield, he took the cop way out. He took the cop way out. So now he's going to a situation, and this, I mean, let's be honest. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is very interesting to me, and I had to make this the topic tonight because I believe Baker Mayfield going to the Carolina Panthers makes them one of the more interesting stories in the NFL. I mean, can they change the Hard Knocks before the season starts to the Carolina Panthers? Because look at this. You got Matt Rule. Shouts out to Rashard and Dave at Panthers Nation Podcast, the best Panthers podcast out there. Make sure that y'all check them out. They say themselves, Matt Rule he's not a capable quarterback. I put it to you like this right here. There's the song Coach Ronan be playing whenever she's mad. Incapable by Keisha Cole. Y'all need to check it out. They said that's what Matt Rule is. He's incapable. He's incapable. He can't do it. So it's one of those cases where you got Matt Rule. Okay, we got Christian McCaffrey. Let's be honest. Whenever he's healthy, the number one fantasy option in the NFL. But you try to keep him on the field. You try to keep him on the field. But then you got Sam Darnold, who's too busy kissing people and getting the mono to stay on the field. And then you got Baker Mayfield. I mean, what in the world? This is very, very interesting. Now, let's look at it from a football perspective, because y'all know that's what we do, guys. Y'all know that's what we do. What's going on, Will? Will says, what's going on, man? What did I miss, man? You ain't missed too much, man. We just started digging into it. We on the topsoil. We ain't started getting to the that midsoil and that clay yet. We just at the top. Ghost Peppers, what in the world, Bo? What's going on? False Start Falcons said they could be solid. And we definitely finna get into that. But look, whether you think Baker Mayfield is gonna be good or whether you think he's gonna be bad, and you want to express that in some kind of way, and you can't get on the show with me right now, and I definitely wish that you could. You want to express it some way? Do me a favor, hit that like button. That'd be the best way to express it for me. If you hit that like button for me, I promise you, if you do, I'll dance at your wedding one day. I'm learning a whole bunch of new TikTok dances. So, we'll we'll have a good time with it. Look, you know the rule, Coach. If the super chat's over $10, then it gotta be special. I gotta make the experience special. Jermaine Johnson, what's going on? So let's go ahead and start this thing off right. Look, if you think this Baker Mayfield trade puts the Carolina Panthers in a better situation, put a 1 in the chat. Now, if you feel like it's one of those cases where they're going to be where they were or worse, put a 2 in the chat. Let's look at this strictly from a football situation. We ain't looking at it from Baker Mayfield doing TikTok dances and making excuses. You know, we ain't looking at it from that. We ain't looking at it from the Baker Mayfield who, you know, I was just rubbing people the wrong way, kind of act a little bit like Carson Wentz. Let's look at it from just football perspective. Let's look at it from that. You know, if you feel like he's going to make them better, put a 1 in the chat. But if you feel like, hey, the Panthers going Panther, if you feel like that's the case, put a 2 in the chat. I want to know what y'all think. We're going to go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes of the situation. So let's see what we got here. Let's see. Anthony Wright said, hey, man, the Panthers might be the team, our arch rivals, might be the team to beat. ATLGA faithful, GADX boy, they said no, they don't feel like that's the case. What's going on, Gat? What's going on, ATL? Will Cotton feels like it makes this team better. He feels like Baker Mayfield is actually capable of making this team better. Bubba Gump, what in the world, Bo? He says no. He said shut it down. Of course, you know, it's a good thing, because this is a family show. It's a good thing that we don't got the FaceTime feature, Coach Ronnie. The Dre True Statement will be naked right now. I'll be getting flagged. Jamal, he says no. He don't feel like it's going to make this team better. Grandizer, he feels like it will. Padre, he got hate in his heart. He said he don't feel like it's going to make this team better. Brian People says absolutely not. Coach Dre Murphy says, Coach Ronnie, okay, that's what's up right there. Sounds nice. How was your 4th of July? Oh, okay. You didn't tell Coach Dre, you know, how I gorged myself at Captain Georgia, did you? Yeah, definitely. So look, y'all check me out on Instagram. I actually put a video out. We went to Williamsburg and I ate at this all you can eat seafood buffet. So y'all make sure that y'all follow me on Instagram to see what we did on there. I ain't gonna tell you how many plates I ate. Just go follow me at Big Low Kuntry to see. But let me see. Abel feels like it's gonna make the team better. Coach Dre, he got that hate in his heart. You don't think he think they're gonna be the same or worse. Anthony Wright feels like they're gonna be better. Dreddy feels like they're gonna be the same or worse. Jamal says, I don't think Baker is worse than Sam, but he's about the same. Terror Artist 404 says they're still gonna trash us as usual. They're still gonna be trash as usual. I'm sorry, my bad. Is that they're still gonna be trash as usual. Uh-oh, what in the world? Oh shoot, what in the world? What in the world? Jermaine Johnson. Hit with the $20 Superman check. Oh man. See, should I stand up in there? It's getting too loud. Should I do that one? All right, I got one for you. Go to swing. Oh, the chandelier. Oh, the chandelier. That's a Superman chat. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. That ain't good enough, Coach Ronnie.
You didn't do it right.
I ain't do it right.
No.
How you doing? I'm gonna swing on the chandelier. On the chandelier.
No.
What?
Just stop.
The chandelier. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Appreciate that, Jermaine. Boy, y'all crazy. Boy, I get fooled with you. Oh man. Pat Pate said, Coach here showing his mind. Boy, we just got started. But the question, so let's go ahead and look at this from a coach's perspective, right? What did Baker Mayfield do in Cleveland? What did he do in Cleveland? He won, but he didn't play to expectations, right? A lot of people would say, hey, Baker Mayfield is a bust. A lot of people would say that, right? Because overall, he had the best team in the league. He had the most talented team in the league. You had Odell Beckham, went on to win the Super Bowl. Jadeveon Clowney, Myles Garrett, probably the best defensive line in the league. Great secondary. Two running backs. You had two great running backs in Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. He didn't do nothing with it. Made excuses about his non-throwing shoulder. Now, we can say that because every quarterback, whenever he plays quarterback, he's posted up, he steps into throws, but he has to point that shoulder, at the target that he's going to throw to. Now, if you know that people are coming at you that weigh an average of 275 pounds, the first thing that they're going to hit, because they can't hit you low, is that shoulder. It's going to make you a little bit apprehensive. Like your motion's going to be jerky, right? Now, let's also acknowledge the fact that Baker Mayfield had one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. One of the best offensive lines in the NFL. Now, we've done joint shows with Rashard and Dave, right? What have they consistently been complaining about for the last 2 years? They've consistently complained about the offensive line. So you're taking Baker Mayfield out of a great situation in that regard, and you're putting him in an iffy situation, a legit iffy situation. So if he couldn't cut the mustard with a great offensive line, let's say a top 5 offensive line in Cleveland, what do you think he's going to do in Carolina? Now, the thing is that the Carolina Panthers have revamped their offensive line. They're in a rebuilding phase for their offensive line, right? They're in a rebuilding phase. So they could be one of those teams who we're hoping that the Falcons, they're kind of like we're hoping the Falcons are going to be, and just kind of catch you off guard and run the ball down people's throat with Chuba Hubbard and Christian McCaffrey, and Baker Mayfield doesn't have to win games for you. Now, we know based off of his talent that Baker Mayfield's one of those guys. He's a gunslinger. Like, he could put 40 points on the board for you. But the question is, and it's crazy because Gadek's boy, he hit the nail on the head. He said, yes, but you can't coach maturity. You can't do it. Coach Ronan, one of the greatest coaches that I know, she's been trying to coach maturity in me for the last 13, 15 years. It hadn't happened yet. You can't do it. You ain't finna get water out of a stone, bro. Coach Ronan about to break her hand trying to get water from this stone. The only thing she can do is monitor me the best way that she can. That's what your boy, Matt Rule, he's going to have to create rules for Baker Mayfield at the end of the day. You can't coach maturity. You can try to do it much as you want to. You try to do it much as you want to. You think that, look, they tried to coach maturity into Michael Vick. What was Michael Vick doing? Trying to smuggle marijuana through the airport. Me and Coach Ronan, we've been watching this TSA show here on Discovery Channel all day. People trying to smuggle drugs through the airport. I said, yep, there go Michael Vick. I'm like, what in the world? You can't do it. So it's one of those cases, guys, where we're going to find out, because this is Baker Mayfield. I mean, let's be honest. This is one of his. This is a case right here. Unfortunately, he's not going to have too many more chances after this. He's not going to be like other quarterbacks who get multiple chances. You think Baker Mayfield going to get chances like, let's say, Ryan Fitzpatrick? He's not going to get chances like that. Why? Because number one, he rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And number two, he made too many excuses. If you make excuses for yourself, people are going to give you a whole lot less chances than the people make excuses for you. Right? That's one thing I learned a long time ago. It's like, if I can't do something, if I make excuses for myself and I say, hey, I would have been able to do that, but this, and this happened, people are automatically going to look at you like, okay, all right, all those things happen. But if you do everything that you could do and exhaust all of your resources and show other people that you're trying to do everything that you can do, but it didn't work, and they make the excuse for you, then we'll say, hey, you know what? We'll give you another chance. I do have to say, ultimately, though, I gotta throw my hat in the ring. I will say, ultimately, this trade made the Carolina Panthers better. It made the Carolina Panthers better. I'm just being completely honest with you. And the reason why I say that is because even though you can't coach maturity, I mean, because let's be honest, it's like I hear rumors about Sam Darnold having maturity issues as well. And I may be wrong. It's not like I'm there holding a flashlight in the middle of the day. But the thing is that Baker Mayfield, overall, he can just plain spin it better than Sam Darnold. He's just overall a better quarterback than Sam Darnold. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be one of those cases where he's going to make them a 9, 10, 11 win team. I'm not saying that's the case, but what I will tell you is one of those games that they would have lost, Baker Mayfield's going to win for them. They're going to put up 35 to 40 points, and Baker Mayfield is going to win that game for them. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Ain't no wings on my back. I could jump high, but I still have to come back down, Coach Ronnie. Jermaine Jonathan says, hey, man, we got some competition in this division, Bo. You ain't never lied, you know? And the thing is that it's iffy because we don't know what the Saints are going to do. You know, we don't know which Jameis we're going to get. Are we going to get the Jameis who, you know, had 15 touchdowns and 2 interceptions last year? Or is he going to go back to, you know, that same old thing? You know, or is Tom Brady, is he going to hit that wall? Because we know that as quarterbacks, whenever you hit that wall, ain't no coming back from it. And let's be honest, guys, it's not just quarterbacks. That's just it's everybody. But the thing is that the quarterback is the position that we see the most. We see them with the ball the most. And whenever they hit that wall, i.e. Drew Brees, you ain't finna come back from it. You ain't finna, and you know what? I ain't even gonna say it's just quarterbacks or it's just players, period. It's people. It's people. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Boy, Big Low Kuntry, I'm on this weight loss journey, right? I'm on this weight loss journey. There are things that I can't do that I used to do, right? On vacation, I said, you know what? I'm finna run for 2 of these things. Finna run 2 miles. You know, I put an incline on 1.5, put the speed at 2.5. I said, I don't got to do it fast. I just got to do it. Man, I thought I was finna puke up I got all kind of pains in my side and all kind of stuff like that. I made it 1.5 miles, but I bet you didn't see 2 nothing on there, you know. But back in the day, I used to be able to do that. Time waits for no man. So Tom Brady, whenever you hit that wall, ain't gonna be no climbing over it. You just gonna hit that wall. That's it. That's it. So just like my homeboy Jermaine Jonathan said, there's some competition in the NFC South this year. Marcus Mariota, you know, he's a question mark. He's an unknown. People don't know exactly what he's gonna be doing. You know, if he does struggle, when do they move on to Desmond Ridder? You know, there's a lot of questions going on right now. It's not like it was 6 years ago, guys. You know, whenever the Falcons and the Saints rivalry was at its peak, you knew whenever we played against each other, both teams are going to score at least 20 points. You got Jameis Winston in Tampa Bay. You got Cam Newton, you know, in Carolina. When things were just set in stone, it's a transition period. I mean, let's be honest. You know, for everybody who took history in college and in high school, the NFC South is going through a renaissance period. It's going through a legit renaissance period. Sean Payton's gone, right? Dan Quinn's gone. Ron Rivera's gone. You know, the Buccaneers, they change coaches like people change draws. But let's be honest, it's a little bit of a renaissance period in the NFC South. The question is, will a young Baker Mayfield come and take it over? I'm not saying he's going to come and take it over, but I will tell you this right here. They are going to be better. Now, Baker Mayfield's going to have to the question is Baker Mayfield, is he going to contract the same disease Sam Darnold had? I'm not talking about the mono. I'm talking about, is he going to start seeing ghosts? Like Sam Darnold said he's seen ghosts whenever people were coming from all over the place. Right? I mean, we have to consider that. We legitimately have to consider that, guys, because he had a top-notch offensive line in Cleveland, and he couldn't get it done. He had a top-notch defense. He couldn't get it done. He had two running backs that I would love to have on my team. As long as Kareem Hunt ain't kicking nobody, it's one of those cases. Now you're going from that to the Carolina Panthers. I mean, it's a step down. It's a couple of steps down if we're completely honest. There's a reason why Deshaun Watson chose Cleveland and didn't choose Carolina. Right? There's a general reason. ATLGA Faithful, what's going on, my brother? Mafia says, Tommy Brady, he's gonna be throwing ducks all year. It's gonna be duck season and duck hunt. Y'all remember the duck hunt on the Nintendo? Hey, remember the dog? That's a little laugh that the dog had. But yeah, so now it's crazy. It's crazy how you go from one thing that you think you're getting higher, and you just drop all the way down. You know, think about that. The Cleveland Browns, they had Baker Mayfield, who, I mean, everybody's knocking them like nobody wants them and everything, but I know a few teams that I would take Baker Mayfield over their current quarterback. Now, they went from Baker Mayfield, and then they just went ecstatically got Deshaun Watson. Now they fell down to Jacoby Brissett. It's amazing how you put yourself in tough situations, but look, y'all stay out of them side parlor. Y'all won't be put in those situations like that. You know? But yeah, I think that I legitimately think that the Carolina Panthers are going to be better. And let's be honest, it's actually a perfect situation for the Panthers because Baker Mayfield's going to throw the ball more than, I mean, let's be honest, he's going to throw the ball more than Cam Newton did, right? He's going to throw the ball more than Sam Darnold did. That's perfect for a Christian McCaffrey because for some reason they feel like they need to force feed that boy. They put a funnel down his throat. Just keep feeding him till he can't take no more. He ain't but so big. In the words of Grandma Country, he ain't bigger than a minute. And they started throwing him, they started giving him the ball. But oh man, the box is loaded up. Well, let's just throw him a swing pass. No, throw the ball, man. Or give the ball to somebody else. We can't be doing that. Molly Miles in here. He says, "Hey man, I'm in here butt naked with baby." Oh, what in the world? Well, it's a family show. You can't be coming up in here like that. Joseph Thorne, he says, so who are the Panthers receivers? So Curtis Samuel, he left. So Curtis Samuel, he went to the Washington Commodores. Now, they still have Robbie Anderson. They still have DJ Moore. If I'm not mistaken, they drafted a wide receiver this year as well. Now, look, one thing that we know about the Carolina Panthers is that they can get after the quarterback, right? Was that last season or the year before last? They led the league in sacks. They can get after the quarterback. Also, don't forget, J.C. Horn is coming back. Now, we seen how good J.C. Horn was before he left. If I'm not mistaken, did he catch a pick six? It might have been in the preseason, but I remember I was like, okay, this young man passes the eye test. He passes the eye test. Coach Wallace says, Coach Lowe, I don't think Baker will be the starter. I don't know, Coach. I don't know. I guess it depends on how they look during training camp. Is it going to be one of those cases? Because they didn't trade him for a little to nothing. And Ghost Pepper says, hey man, you stay out of those massage parlors. If you can't control your wood from a beautiful lady rubbing on you, what in the world? If your body members you control. Now, Coach Wallace, he brings up a good point. He said maybe it's one of those cases where Baker Mayfield don't even be the starter in Carolina. So, look, y'all know I want to ask y'all because, I just thought myself, I was like, hey, maybe I thought that he would probably be starting. I think he's a better quarterback than Sam. So if you feel like Baker Mayfield would be the starting quarterback, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where you agree with Coach Wallace and he won't be starting this year, put a 2 in the chat. So 1 if he's starting, 2 if he's riding the pine. Perk K says, look, man, Atlanta, they ain't finna beat the Panthers. Look, we definitely gonna see, my brother, because if Baker Mayfield come out and he's slinging that thing, y'all, the Panthers are getting after the quarterback, and it's one of those cases where the Falcons have to put up these points. If they got to put up, more than 30 points, it's going to be a tough road to hoe. It's going to be a tough road to hoe. But if it's one of those cases where, let's be honest, he's the Cleveland Browns Baker Mayfield, and hey, it might be Carolina. We have a problem. It might be one of those cases. JJ the Great, he says, hey, I think Baker will be starting. ATLGA Faithful agrees. He thinks Baker's going to be starting. Coach Bubba Gump, what's going on, Coach Bubba Gump? He says 2. He don't feel like he's going to be starting. Molly Mall, he don't feel like nobody going to be starting. He still has delusions of Drew Brees. That's why he's naked right now. Dustin Albers, much love to your family. He feels like he's not going to be the starter. Grandizer agrees, thinks he's going to be starting. Coach Wallace and Joseph Thornton feel like Baker will not be starting this season. Dre feels like he's going to be starting. Dre True Statement. Dre Murphy feels like he's not going to be starting. Gadex Boy feels like Baker will be starting. Ghost Peppers agrees, feels like he's going to be starting. So it's a mixed bag. Now, I just assume, Coach Roney, that Baker going to be starting. If I look at Baker Mayfield, but that is something we got to consider. Sam Darnold, he's had a full season in this quarterback room, so he probably knows the playbook a little bit better. And that might be something that we might need to consider. Now, as far as the terminology and the route trees and the route combinations that they run, I'm not sure if it translates from Cleveland to Carolina. I'm not sure, how Stefanski and Matt Rule, like I'm not sure how conducive it is. But what I do know is that overall, Baker can spin it a little bit better. I do know that. I know that he could throw the ball better than Sam. And Sam said himself, young man said he's seeing ghosts. Like, what in the world? Granddad says, Big Low got that fresh Falcons polo on. Shine bright like a diamond. Humble Brando says the Baker Mayfield couldn't win with Chubb, OBJ. I forgot about Jarvis Landry. He says he definitely not winning with Carolina. And that's true. That's true. Unless it's a coaching issue, because Lord, I say this like every show, Bo. People say it. I say it. Football is just like life. The circumstances depend on how successful you are. Maybe Stefanski didn't put Mayfield in the right situations in game-winning situations. Maybe that's the case. That's something that we definitely have to consider. And I forgot, Gadex Boy says, don't forget that Baker also had Austin Hooper and Coach Roney's favorite tight end, David Njoku. Oh man. Dwight Thomas says, "What in the world, Bo? Faker hay fever?" Hey, go him. Faker hay fever. Wow, Coach. Faker. Oh man. Y'all are crazy. Mafia says, Jay Murphy, yo, Sam be feeling like he getting sacked as soon as he breaks the huddle. Man, I mean, I hate to say this, but I mean, let's be honest. And I was hoping that it wasn't going to happen, but it looks like Sam had some PTSD from playing with the Jets. Sam Darnold played on a really bad team, and it affected him negatively down the road. So moving forward, whenever he got ready to play for the play for the Panthers, he still had those negative memories of playing for the Jets, and that's rough. Humble Brando, what's going on, my brother? I ain't seen you in a minute. He says if Baker Mayfield couldn't win with Chubb, OBJ, and Landry, he definitely not. Oh, okay, yeah, I read that one a little bit earlier, but yeah, I mean, you make a great point, Coach. That's definitely tough to do. Molly Mall with a $5 Superman chat. He says, Big Low, Baker would do the Panthers like me with the robe on, standing at the front door, waiting to open. It's a surprise. What? What? Lord have mercy. You know what? Molly Mall for to go to jail for public indecency. You can't be flashing the pizza man, Molly Mall. You can't. Look, even though you're naked, that don't mean I won't take your money. I appreciate that, Molly Mall. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Oh man, y'all are crazy. Mavi says, "Hey Drake, he's seeing them Super Mario World ghosts." Yeah. Mavi says, "Dre, yo, Sam feeling like he getting sacked as soon as he breaks the huddle." Yeah. As soon as he breaks the huddle, he's like he's having some issues. He's like, "Hey man, I don't know if this gonna work." In the words of Mama Country, you know what? This ain't gonna work. Oh man. Now SDNZZ Electrical, he says, "Hey Coach, the title is funny to me." I appreciate it, Coach. I definitely appreciate it. Oh man, appreciate that dun to dun, Coach Dre. JJ says OBJ hated playing with Baker. That's why he wanted to get traded from Cleveland, you know. And I mean, OBJ's daddy helped him win a Super Bowl, right? Whenever he made his OBJ's dad made the YouTube video, and Coach Roney told me about it. You know, I didn't watch it because it gives me too many negative memories of people's dads telling me that, hey, my son needs to get more playing time. I finna get off the soapbox before I stand on it for 30 minutes. But so I didn't watch it. But apparently OBJ's dad made a video saying, hey, it's one of those cases where my son was open all of these times. Baker Mayfield didn't throw on the ball. And it's crazy because whenever OBJ first came there, he was throwing on the ball too much, throwing interceptions. Then on the other side of the spectrum, what happened? He ain't throwing on the ball enough. You got to find that balance. In the words of Lil Wayne, we got to find middle ground. We need balance. Oh, man. Coach Abel, he says, when you going to do another grill stream, Coach? Man, you know what? We need to get on it. I've been doing all this traveling and everything and, trying to, take care of these, all of this secular stuff and all kind of stuff. I need to make sure that I just chill out. We're going to chill out, throw something on the grill, and we're going to do it big, baby. You already know what time it is. Much love to you, Coach. False Start Falcon says, then LeBron, he tweeted free Odell. All right, what LeBron? See, and that's why I don't like LeBron. You got that ain't even his sport. He gonna try to control what other people do. You need to control Bronny from smoking that weed. That's what you need to do. Oh man, Coach Rhoda says, yeah, Coach Rhoda, she be telling me I need to do another grilling stream. I need to get on it. I need to get on it. I appreciate you for reminding me, Coach. I definitely do. I definitely do. Now look, the crazy thing is though, guys. Wait a minute, Coach Wallace. He says, Coach Lowe, they have a new OC and McAdoo and Baker probably just got the playbook today, so he's behind right now. Okay, I mean, yeah, I mean, so we'll see. So if they got a new OC and McAdoo, now I don't know if Sam Darnold and McAdoo cross paths in the past. I don't know if that happened, but if that's the case, then both of them might be starting off on the same page, right? Because Sam Darnold, he has to get used to that playbook too. You know, it depends on how much McAdoo's going to change it whenever he comes in. Now, the crazy thing is, guys, that the Atlanta Falcons defensive line got a little bit better today. I don't know if y'all heard the news. Eddie Goldman, I think 6'3", 6'4", defensive tackle, came from the Chicago Bears. Whenever he came out of college, he was listed at 335. Somebody said you could land an airplane on his back. That's what the Atlanta Falcons needed. They needed that big nose tackle, and Eddie Goldman is that guy. So it's one of those cases where with Eddie Goldman coming in, that's going to affect Baker Mayfield. Let's see how many TikTok dances he can do laying on his back. What was that challenge? Man, I can't remember. I ain't talking about the challenge that Marley Marl do, the silhouette challenge. I'm talking about I ain't talking about the silhouette challenge Marley Marl be doing. You get naked in a red light. I ain't talking about that. Oh man. Bobby says the Atlanta Bears. The Atlanta Bears. That's it. That's it. We getting a lot of those guys from Atlanta. Getting a lot of those guys from Atlanta. Dre says, dang, McAdoo is their OC. Now I hope he's a better play caller than he was in NY. We gonna see. We gonna see. You know, those are the things that you have to consider whenever you're pairing someone. You're pairing an OC with the quarterback, right? That's why Steve Sarkisian was the perfect fit for the Atlanta Falcons. One thing that we have to acknowledge about Dan Quinn is that if he wasn't good at anything besides dirt cutter, if he wasn't good in anything, he was good at picking up coordinators, right? He was legit at getting coordinators. You know, the Kyle Shanahan's turned around and got the Steve Sarkisian. You got to think about where these guys are coming from, and what they bring to your team and how they pair with your team, right? And I know that Arthur Smith is trying to do this, but the thing is that I just feel like there's a little bit too much nepotism involved. I legitimately do. I feel like it's starting to become who do you know instead of more of what do you know. And if the ship goes down, if the ship does go down, all of them are going to go down together, and that's not going to be pretty. That's not going to be pretty. JJ the Great says, man, DQ hiring Dirt, that was the beginning of the end, by the way. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Coach Dre said, that's a fact, Lo. Yes. Yes. Now, see, the thing is, guys, is that, I'm not the guy that's going to sit up here and say, oh, man, Arthur Smith just a genius. He's just, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, the greatest thing since butter on biscuits. You got to show me the baby, Bo. I ain't finna, you can't, I ain't going to sit up here, oh, man, Terry Fontenot, he's just had one season. I can't tell you what he is until he showed me what he could do, right? In the words of Michael Jackson, show me what you can do. You got to show me. How you say it? How you say it? Oh man, Grand Otter says a grill stream and another otter stream. What in the world? What's in the creek? You ain't get me close to no otter. I ain't doing that. Coach Rhoda says Molly Marlin that silhouette challenge with that robe that he keeps talking about. Lay your head on my. Oh man, y'all are crazy. Gadex boy says, Coach Lowe thinking about that mystical. Oh, Anthony Wright says, I hope we don't become the Atlanta Titans. I'm hoping that too, man. I'm hoping that too. Coach Wilder says, I'm gonna say it again, that we have to trust the process and be patient. Oh yes, trust me. I'm definitely patient, coach. I'm definitely patient because the thing is that, look, I done bought my season tickets, right? I done bought my tickets to away games and booked my hotels. So, look, I'm patient, right? But the thing is that I can't, I can't crown them because if I crown them and this ship just sinks because we just picked up guys because of who they know instead of what they know, then guess what? You know what New Orleans Saints fans are going to be saying to us? Do you know what our rival Carolina Panthers fans are going to be saying to us? They're going to be saying, is this your king? Is this the guy that y'all said is going to change the face of your franchise? Is this the guy that you said is going to usher you into a new era? I mean, so I can't do it until you show me what you can do. Until you can show me what you can do. I think I love you. Come on, girl. Show me what you can do. Oh man. Gutter Rich says Carolina will surprise folks this season. O-line has been upgraded, and Devontae Freeman will help C-Mac. A game manager could work. Devontae Freeman. Oh, okay. I'm gonna say, wait a minute now. I'm like, wait a minute. Devontae Freeman. Now look, don't forget about Chuba Hubbard. People forgetting about that young man. That's a young Thundercat out there. No, look, young hoppers like that, they don't. Yeah, look, young hoppers like that, they just don't fall out of trees. Oh man, yeah. I got you, Gat. Foreman, my man. I was like, Devontae Freeman. Carolina, all depends on if Matt Rule can't become competent. It's like it's like that song Coach Roney. Coach Roney be listening to whenever she get mad. That Keisha Cole song. Y'all look it up. It's called Incapable. Don't let your girlfriend hear it. Every time she get mad, it's like clockwork. Is incapable of loving me. You're incapable. And like I'm just sitting there like you're incapable. I'm like, so did this talk about me? Like what? That's what I asked the question. Like, man, everything going good at work? Is somebody doing what they supposed to do? You're incapable. Oh man. Mafia says Graham, Jared, Goldman, Carter, Walker, Evans, Ebba Katie sounds like a mean front seven. Oh yes. I'm definitely loving it. That defense is gonna surprise a lot of people. JJ the Great says, as a Oklahoma State alum and a fan of Chuba Hubbard, being a Panther, it kills me. Look, you seen what he did against us last year. I mean, he ran the ball down our throats, ran the ball down our throats. Coach Dre said, "Hey man, Coach Jones, she be trying to tell you something. Hey, you're incapable." I'm like, what in the world? Like, what in the world, beloved? Like, what? What in the world, beloved? Like, what are we doing, beloved? Oh man. But yeah, so now Baker Mayfield, he's gonna have to look. We know what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are capable of. You know, they are capable. Like, we know what they're capable of. We know what New Orleans Saints are capable of. Now they lost some pieces. I mean, we had to acknowledge that. They lost some pieces. Now, what we don't know is what the Falcons are capable of. We know what we're hoping they're capable of, especially with getting a pickup like Goldman. Because look, the whole offseason, I've been saying, I said, hey man, we need a defensive tackle. We need a guy that can move somebody. I mean, if he ain't got a hot dog on the back of his neck, he ain't doing nothing for me. I'm just being honest with you. If he ain't got a hot dog on the back of his neck, he ain't doing nothing. He too skinny. He need to put some more weight on him. We got that guy. Now, so just want to go over Goldman. So 2020, he sit the season out for COVID, right? He came back last year. I think he got like a sack or a half a sack. Excuse me. Got like 22, 25 tackles, somewhere around there. But he only played like 13 or 14 games. So, you know, that's something. Now, the year before that, if I'm not mistaken, I think he got like 4 sacks. Multiple, I think he got tackles in the 30s or 40s. He was a real game changer. So, with that being said, I mean, I'm really thinking that he could be a guy. If he's not legit the top guy, he could at least be a rotational piece. Look, so I want to know what y'all think. Well, I tell you what. First of all, if you're excited about Eddie Goldman being the new defensive tackle / nose tackle of the Atlanta Falcons, and you need a way to to show your excitement, hit that like button for me. I would definitely appreciate it. Also, this is your first time chilling out with us. Tell your family and friends there's old country boy that's sitting around and talking about sports. You need to go ahead and chop it up with them. Share that channel with your friends and family. Big Low Country Sports. Also, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Definitely do. Coach Wilder says, Coach Low, I'll be at the Saints game. You already know, Coach. Yes, sir. We will definitely link up. I gotta get that picture with you. Look, you don't meet Arthur Smith's cousin that often. So you want to make you don't meet Arthur Smith's cousin that often. So I gotta make sure I take advantage. You think you can get us some seats in the suite, Coach Wallace? Oh man, Coach Dre says, Coach Lowe said, if ain't a hot dog on the back of his neck, he ain't doing nothing for me, beloved. Yeah, I need one of the big old boys. Hot dog on the back of his neck. That's how you know he legit. Brian People says, I wanted Goldman in case we didn't get Hicks because of the Ryan Pace connection from Chicago. Yes, the Ryan Pace connection. I mean, look, we Chicago and Tennessee is legit. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. Like the last few seasons, whenever I look at Chicago, like it ain't really doing too much for me. It hadn't been making my needle move. I'm just being honest with you. Tennessee, besides AJ Brown and Derrick Henry, they ain't really did too much for me. It ain't one of those situations where I get naked and do the silhouette challenge like Molly Mall whenever I see all these guys. So we're going to see, because sometimes whenever you put the right pieces together, it could work, right? If you put the right pieces together. Mobby says, put it like this. I'm getting all kinds of mushroom tip naked. What the word? for the Eddie getting all kind of mushroom. What in the world? What in the world, boy? TMI, coach. Oh man, Body Ball says, Big Low, y'all have Bojangles chicken where y'all at? Because I need that crack chicken. Yeah, man. Yeah, we got Bojangles here. We got Bojangles. My niece, she was working at Bojangles. But what'd you say? Oh man. JJ the Great says Chicago be having good defensive linemen though, coach. Yes, they do. They do. And that's why, I mean, look, and we could get it, the opinion of everybody else, right? So I want to know what everybody else is thinking. Do you think this signing, Eddie Goldman, do you think it's a good signing, whether or not he played for Chicago and the whole Ryan Pace connection? Do you think this is a good signing? Like, do you think this is the best possible fit for the team? If you do think it's the best possible fit, put a 1 in the chat. Now, if you feel like it's one of those cases where they're going to the well too much and they picked him up once again, because he was a Chicago Bears player and it's not going to be to the most beneficial for the team, put a 2 in the chat. Like I legitimately want to know. Bobby says, sorry, coaching staff. I was having Any Given Sunday vibes. Tip of the month. What in the world? Y'all are crazy. False Star Falcon says Chicago had a good team, but the quarterback didn't fit, and that was the problem. Okay. Wait a minute. Brandon Cormier says, Malamal, you still talking about chicken? Who that? He said, Malamal, you still talking about chicken? Rise up. That's what he said. I'm just tripping with you, Brandon. Let me see here. Let me see what everybody think. Eddie Goldman, is he a good pick? And you know, because like I said, I'm worried about this whole nepotism aspect. You know, we're just signing you because I knew you from over there, and I'm going to help you get a few $1 million. If it doesn't work, it's okay because you got a few $1 million, you know, before the end of your career. You know, I'm legitimately worried about that, guys. I am, because if you look at the New England Patriots, like the guys they get guys who fit their scheme. They don't care where they come from. Be completely honest. Like it don't matter where they coming from. They get them. Let's see here. Jamal says 1, beloved. Let's see. Coach Wilder says 2. What in the world? Coach Roney. Coach Roney said 2. What in the world? Why you say 2, Coach Roney? You don't know. You just hate.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. Subtract that one. Why? Coach Wilder says 1. He says this was a great pickup. Okay, I hear you, Coach Roder. Mafia says 1. Coach Dre says 1. King Wizard, you know, he put a bunch of them old flowers down there. Like what? Much love to you, King Wizard. JJ the Great says 1. He'll be a good rotation with Anthony Rush. Gadex Boy says 1. So I think we're all in agreement. I think Brian Peoples agrees. Says Goldman Grady with Rush and Taylor as backups. Coach Dre, a true statement, says 1. He can help with our sad run D and free up our linebackers. Petty young boy, Anthony Wright. I mean, I agree with y'all. I think this was a great sign. I think this is one of the more undervalued signings or off-season moves of this offseason. I'm just gonna put it to you like that. Number 1 under the radar move this offseason was Brian Edwards. Book it. He's gonna get you at least 65 catches this year. And he's gonna be a real big playmaker for this team. And I think Eddie Goldman is going to be the second under the radar big signing. If you see like online, this signing did not get much fanfare. But during the draft, before the draft, I was begging, literally begging for a defensive tackle. And the thing is that a lot of coaches don't really value defensive tackles. They feel like you can just get a big guy that can take up blocks and let your athletes be athletes and make plays. Me myself, I know the difference. Unfortunately, we lost Tony Saragusa, a few days ago. But Tony Saragusa was one of those guys who legitimately changed the whole mentality of a team, right? And if you get one of those guys who can legitimately make a move like that, um, look, that's huge. That's huge. Let's see here. My bad. I just got a friend request from Eugene Robertson. What in the world? What in the world? Let's see here. Coach Roney says, "Yeah, I just felt like hating. I gotta keep it." Well, no, Coach Roney, you don't gotta keep it spicy.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. What it is, you're incapable. You don't gotta keep it spicy. We can all agree on things. Brian, people said, I think Casey Hayward is under. Oh yes. He is definitely an under the radar pickup because whenever you got a guy, and I've been saying this ever since we picked him up, you got two guys that could play man coverage and can play zone coverage. They excel in both of them. That allows your linebackers to do a lot of different things. Then you got a guy like Isaiah Oliver, who's a real good slot cornerback. And I mean, let's be honest. I mean, he's legit free safety. He's legit free safety. So uh, your secondary is set. They're good to go. You got the young Thundercats back there, the young Hoppers, and Richie Grant, and Jalen Hawkins. So look, I was the most worried about the run defense. But if you got an Eddie Goldman and you got an Anthony Rush that you can rotate playing right beside a Grady Jarrett's gonna look like old school Grady Jarrett. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. If we go 3-4 under, put Grady Jarrett to that short side, you're good to go. You're good to go. Brian People says, don't forget about Aaron Hall, nephew. I'm sorry, Darren Hall, nephew of Aaron Hall. Can't forget about Darren Hall. Yeah, I mean, we're in really good shape. We're in really good shape. Then Ricky Gaines, he says, I think D Offer will be someone to look out for as the season progresses. I'm eager to see that young man in preseason and in training camp. Look, like I said, let me know if you're going to be at training camp. So I think July the 30th, I'm definitely going to be there. So let me know if you're going to be there at training camp. We definitely got to link up. Jamal, he says, now the only position I feel more worried than good about is the O-line, coach. Yeah. The O-line is that's one of those cases where we're going to have to see how that's where Arthur Smith is going to have to earn his money. That offensive line. That was the main reason why we hired him. We hired him to help us get a legitimate run game going. And he played offensive line in college, guys. He played offensive line in college. So we're gonna have to see if he's legit. When it comes to coaching up this offensive line and making the play calls to get this offensive line in the right situation. Because I can almost guarantee you, by the way this team has functioned so far and the power that Arthur Smith has had, if I was a betting man, I'll put everything in my account saying that Vrabel, the undrafted free agent, Mike Vrabel's son, he's going to make the team. I could almost guarantee it. And I could almost guarantee you that he's going to get playing time this year. And if that happens and he's not legit, then what I've been saying might be one of those things that would seriously have to be considered. It's not a coincidence that we picked up Vrabel, picked up Mike Vrabel's son. It's not a coincidence. And like I said, I can almost guarantee you he's going to make the team. Now, look, if this works, the Falcons make it to the playoffs, I can't say nothing. I stand before you correct it. Look, he's an NFL coach. I just work insurance claims. So, we'll see why that's the case. But I'm just telling you what I see, guys. I'm definitely hoping for the best. JT says blessings, Big Low and Coach Ronan from the Know You. Much love to you, my family. Much love to you. Coach Waller says, I think Mike Vrabel's son makes the practice squad. I legitimately think he's gonna make the 52. I could definitely see that. JJ the Great, he says, look, man, Dan Quinn was a defensive lineman, and and our pass rush stinks. Yes. This is what I'm talking about. It's like people feel like, oh man, he played on the offensive line. Our offensive line is going to be great now. Like, look, there's a lot of things I was great at that I couldn't make my players be great at. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't. Some things, some people just can't do. I mean, that's just what that's just what it is. What's going on, Coach Cartier? Much love to you, my brother. Coach Water said it's gonna be tough for him to make that 53-man roster. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be tough, but I legitimately feel like he has the inside track. I legitimately, just look at how things have been going so far. Look at all the Titans players we've gotten. Look at all of the Chicago Bears players we've gotten, right? And I can almost guarantee you there's some sort of connection with the Raiders, because we got like 3 players from the Raiders. Well, wait a minute, let's be honest, because if you go back to last year, we got like 5 players from the Raiders. So there's some sort of connection there. There's legitimately some sort of connection there, because there's just a certain amount of that. There are only a few teams that we get talent from, right? There's only a few teams that we get talent from. So instead of looking to see who just legitimately fits, we're just, I feel like we're kind of closing our pool a little bit. Young City Night War. What in the world, Bo? What's going on with your fam? Ricky Gaines says, who'd you like us to pick up for the O-line? Man, I've been wanting J.C. Treader. If you get me J.C. Treader, we in there like swimwear, Bo. I'm ready to go. But Brian Peoples, he makes a good point. Don't forget about Justin Schaefer, right? That's the guard that's going to be pushing Jalen Mayfield for his spot. The thing about Jalen Mayfield, guys, is that if you just look at him, you'd be like, there's no way this kid is not an NFL caliber guard. Now, like, and we've had this discussion many times. He played tackle in college, and they kicked him in at guard right before the season started, and he had to learn on the fly, baptism by fire. But if you just look at him, he looks like an NFL caliber guard. He just has to get everything right. He has to get his fundamentals down pat. He has to know how to step. He has to know how to step, which foot to step with, how far he needs to step, hand placement, all of that. He has to know that he's being set up for moves. He has to keep all of those things in mind. Once he gets that, look, I'm pretty sure he's felt NFL strength now. Like, we can't make that excuse for him no more. Like, he got overwhelmed by NFL strength. I think Hargraves taught him that the first game of the season against the Eagles, right? But moving forward, now he got some decisions. He got some decisions to make. Dre says, I like Schaefer. Yeah, people sleep on that young man. I think he's gonna be one of those guys to take it to the next level. Look, Coach Rona said, do her a favor and make sure that you hit that like button. If you hit that like button she said that she'll dance at your wedding. Right, Coach Rona?
I don't know about all that.
Huh? What in the world? Okay, Coach Rona said she'll sing at your wedding one day. That was she said. So make sure that you hit that like button for us. Definitely. Jamal D says, Now y'all finna be an example for the rest of the league. Molly Mall, y'all finna be an example. You hear that? The Molly Mall came in here talking about it's gonna be funeral choir for the Falcons week 1. What in the world? Man, week 1, boy, we finna be dancing down the streets of Bourbon Street. We gonna be the second line. I know they'll do second lines on Sundays. Oh, that was in Atlanta. Yeah. We're gonna have to do a second line in Atlanta then. Gonna be dancing down Peachtree City. Oh man. Gonna be dancing out, wondering about our brothers, with our brothers in our hearts. We're gonna be wandering aimlessly around the bayou. Oh man, shoot, well, yeah, it's crazy. Jamal says, Jamal just talking big because they got that new great tight end. Oh, Taysom Hill. Man, I'm gonna have to draft him in my fantasy league this year. How many of y'all play fantasy football? Y'all let me know. I had to draft old Taysom in my fantasy league this year. Oh man. ATLJ Faithful said good streak. Hey, I appreciate it, coach. I appreciate it. Definitely. Now look, I do need y'all to make sure that y'all check out Coach ATLGA Faithful because he did a roster breakdown of the Falcons. So he has his own channel. So y'all make sure that y'all check his video out. It's actually pretty good. Okay, I see you, Cartier. I see you. Molly Mom says I'm coming to Atlanta with my Saints jersey on. On night. Okay, I hear you, Molly Mom. Come on up. We like I said, we're gonna turn your daughter into a Falcons fan. We're gonna Okay, I see you, petty young boy. I see you. Okay. Gotta see what we got going on. Ghost Pepper says, I agree, Coach Lowe. Jalen Mayfield does look like somebody's mean stepchild. Don't sleep on him. Okay, Coach Wallace said he don't want some championships. Okay, I'm gonna have to peep y'all out. Mafia says, what they think? Ray Edwards, Don Terry Poe, and Paul Soliai. Man, those are some good names. Well, hold on. I don't know about Ray Edwards. But Don Terry Poe, I like Paul Soliai. But yeah, it's if Eddie Goldman could be somewhere around that Don Terry Poe for me, I would definitely appreciate it. John Brooks says, "What's up, Big Low? What's up, coaches? It's good. We about to get Julio back. He ain't going to the Packers of Dallas. What in the world, beloved?" See, I'll try to stay away from this conversation because Coach Rody, she been mean mugging for the last 3 days. I don't think Julio Jones is coming back to the Falcons. I don't think that's something that I just don't think it's I just don't think it's productive. That's I guess that's how I can say it. I don't think it's productive. Like, look, if Julio Jones did come to the Falcons, it would be one of those cases where, I mean, for nostalgic purposes, but he's burnt us. Do you really want to get burned again? Like, I just I don't know. I don't know. If Julio comes back though, it make you wonder, like, wait a minute, like, was it Matt Ryan? Was Matt Ryan the reason why he left? I don't know. Brian People said no on Julio Jones. Coach Wallace says we ain't getting him. Coach ATLGA Faithful said he gonna be at training. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to link up with you, Coach. Jamal says I would love Julio back as a mentor for Drake and Kyle. John Brooks said he can help the younger guys. And I said that last year. I said, look, the reason why Kyle Pitts didn't get that many touchdowns. He had the talent to do it, but it was one of those cases where he didn't have that veteran presence to coach him up. He didn't have that guy to say, "Hey, make sure that you crawl that back line." And if you ever see that quarterback start to roll out, in this case, if we're running levels, you need to come up, and whoever's in the front needs to go back to the goal post and jump for the goal post, because quarterbacks are taught to throw the ball 10 feet high. You got to go up and get it. If you a big man, you got to go up and get it. Kyle Pitts never got that. He didn't have somebody coaching him up during games. So he never had a chance to get multiple touchdowns. He only got that one touchdown. But, now that he's had a season under his belt, he's going to have some guys around him who are a little bit more experienced, like a Brian Edwards, right? Calvin, he's still gone, but we don't know whether he's coming back or not. But you seen he got the help from George Kittle. No, not George Kittle, but Travis Kelce at George Kittle's tight end university. Like he said, he's working on his game. He's trying to get better physically and mentally. So you definitely gotta acknowledge that. Definitely gotta acknowledge that. So I think Kyle Pitts is gonna have a huge year next year. If you're playing fantasy football, you might want to take him late first round, early second. Over Taysom Hill, yes. Over Taysom Hill, Coach Roddy. You so messy, boy. Golly, man. What's going on one time for the fan? What's love, man? Molly Ball says, when Jameis throw 400 yards on y'all, I'm really gonna get naked. Like Uncle Clifford at Pink's. What I hear you, Molly Ball. I hear you, Bo. I hear you. Coach Wallace says, we thought we was gonna have that when we drafted Pitts and Julio wanted out. So no Julio reunion. I mean, look, I don't know. I don't know. I think if it's one of those cases where if Julio comes back, because someone said it in the chat up here a little bit earlier, Julio, Mafi, I think that's the best place for him to go. If Julio still feels like he's a dominant wide receiver, the Colts is the perfect scenario for him. Think about it. He's not going to be getting 11, 12 targets a game. That's not the Colts game, right? And who's to say that it wouldn't change now that they have a Matt Ryan? But the only other legitimate threat that they have is Michael Pittman, right? Raheem Himes, he's going to be catching passes. Jonathan Taylor, he's going to be catching passes out the backfield as well. So, let's think about that. Like Julio Jones, he's not going to be getting force-fed the ball. So, he's already familiar with Matt Ryan. People forget about the chemistry between a quarterback and a wide receiver. And I'm not just saying that as to be cliche-ish, but, you think about, when to turn around. Oh yeah, I forgot Jamal, Alec Pierce, Desmond Ritter's old wide receiver. But when to turn around, how far to come back, on hitch routes, judging the speed of the quarterback's pass. Like all of those things come into play. Like you have to get used to all of that. Julio and Matt, well, on the deep passes, it's like Matt would always overthrow Julio or underthrow him. But other than that, everything else is like, they're already in sync. So I feel like the best place for Julio to go would legitimately be the Colts. Brian People says they got Jelani Woods, which is a perfect fit for him because they're a run-heavy team. So imagine Jelani Woods, Quentin Nelson on that same offensive line. That's ridiculous. Because Jelani is basically a offensive lineman himself. So that's definitely something that we got to acknowledge. Ghost Pepper says, according to Ryan haters, Julio won't go to the Colts because Ryan's arm is shot. Okay. Okay. You can say that if you want to, Bo. Look, Matt Ryan put 4,800 yards on y'all head. Don't say nothing. That's all I'm going to tell you. If Matt put up 4,800 yards on you, don't tell me nothing. Oh, man. What's going on, Hoodie Juvie? Much love to you, my brother. Ramsey Wars, what's going on, man? Much love to all the Saints coaches in here today, man. Look, man, I appreciate all the love that y'all giving me. I just hope y'all had that same love after week 1, boy. That's don't change up on me now. Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, shoot, man, them Colts, if they got a guy like Julio Jones, they could be in there like swimwear. Julio don't got it. Like, he don't got to show out. Catch 6, 7 passes a game at the most. You know, that's all he has to do. If it was me, that's where I would go. Them are the Packers, but the difference is that the difference between the Packers and the Colts is, I mean, let's be honest. I think we all know now, Julio Jones, he's one of those people where he realizes he's at that point in his career where I'm just being honest. I'm not hating or nothing. Julio Jones doesn't want to do too much. You know, some of y'all are like that on y'all job. Y'all just don't want to do too much. You know? I'm not saying that's the case because my boss is probably watching, but y'all just don't want to do too much. And that's where Julio is right now. If Julio goes to the Packers, guess what he's going to have to do? Too much. Because Aaron Rodgers is finna air that thing out. He's finna air that thing out like that Young Dro song. See, some of y'all don't know nothing about that. So, excuse me. So, the Colts would be the perfect scenario for Julio Jones. I'm just being honest with you. The same way where, you know, the reason, and y'all know how I get off topic. The main reason why we started this stream is because, I mean, we don't know. Baker Mayfield may be the Carolina Panthers may be the perfect scenario for Baker Mayfield. I mean, we legitimately don't know. The only way we can find out is by lining them up and playing the game. That's the only way that we can find out. Oh, man. Star Falcon says, look at here, man. After week 1, the Saints going to be walking aimlessly around the bayou. I'm lost, baby. I hate them Falcons, baby. Oh, man, I'm lost, baby. Man, I hate them Falcons. Oh, man, Javal D says the Colts or the 49ers would be the best for Julio to me. Yeah, I ain't thinking about the 49ers. You know. Javal said, baby. It's the way to spell it, baby. But yeah, I mean, the 49ers, like, we know Julio, he knows that Kyle Shanahan system. You know, I mean, Julio's pretty much played in about every system in the NFL. He done, and it's like an old Young Jesus song. He done seen it all. You know. Hoodie Juve says, "Hey man, you want to collab for week 1? Man, I'm gonna have to check and see, Coach. I definitely let you know. I'm gonna have to check up on that." JJ the Great says, "Baby." One time for the fan says, at this point, Julio should just hang the cleats up. He says it might as well just shut it down. I mean, I don't know. I think he should at least give it one more shot. If it was me, you know, if I knew that, you know, 2-3 years ago I was, you know, the best in the game, and I'm just having issues with my hamstrings over and over again, because the thing is that it's not one of those cases where, I mean, Julio isn't taking care of himself. Everybody who's played sports, y'all know, if someone consistently has hamstring issues, he's not taking care of himself. There's something with his diet. He's not drinking enough water, or he's not getting enough electrolytes. There's something going on with it. He's not taking care of himself. So it might be one of those cases where it's like Steph Curry. Steph Curry kept having the issues with his ankles. He got with the right trainers, and now, some people saying that he's going to be a more influential player in basketball history than LeBron James. So it's one of those things. Lay says, "Hey, Bo," he says, did you go to the Blue Flame? Hey, man, I ain't saying I went to the Blue Flame. I just went down there by the Blue Flame, and I bought some water from the water boys, walked around there a little bit, checked out the local sites, but I ain't saying I went in, but whenever they had that Matt Ryan party, I definitely had to go support Matt Ryan. But I ain't saying I went, I'm just saying that, it was a good time. Hamstring Jones. Dre says he thinks that Julio got at least 2 more seasons. Yeah, I mean, shoot, feel me, I went from I still go for it myself. False Start Falcon says he went from Jet Jones to Hamstring. That's rough right there, boy. Y'all ain't right. Hamstring Jones. Ghost Pepper says at False Start Falcons. Oh, I'm down and out, baby. Somebody serve me some alligator gumbo with a side of Louisiana frog cakes, baby. It's hard times down here in the bayou, baby. y'all ain't right, boy. I can't fool with y'all, man. Oh, man. So I just wanted to give y'all an update of what's going on. So I had been in for the last couple of days. We actually went on family vacation, got up with the rhyme dropping legend, my brother-in-law, Coach Ron and her family, Mama Country, Mr. Joe, everybody that came. We had a great time. We went to Williamsburg. I didn't really go to Williamsburg. I was shopping at the outlet. I mean, yeah, I didn't actually go to Jamestown. I was down there shopping at the outlet, working out, chilling out, doing my thing. But if you go follow me on Instagram, you'll see one of my reels. We went to this thing called, or this restaurant called Captain George's. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet. If you're ever in Williamsburg, you should definitely go to it. It's kind of expensive. It's like $50 a person, but I've never seen so much food at one time. And we had a great time. So if you want to check it out, I thought about putting it on YouTube, but I was like, man, I'll let the people who actually want to see it go see it on Instagram. So y'all make sure that y'all check it out. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Big Low Kuntry. Y'all check it out. But yeah, I've been out of town a little bit, but we'll definitely be linking up. Season's coming, and look, man, it's finna go down. Right, there's a whale in the boat. So I seen the people in the chat saying that they're going to be at training camp. I'm definitely going to be there. Hopefully we could all get together, watch it as a coaching staff. We could get together and watch it as a coaching staff, and we're definitely going to have a great time. I'm excited to meet everybody. And we're gonna do some real big things. One time for the fan says the funny thing is they really eating frog cakes out there, baby. That's what they really eating them frog cakes down there, baby. Say Wardy. Jamal says just not an every down number one anymore. Yeah. That's the thing about Julio. He's not that guy that's gonna be getting 12, 13 targets. Slick said he done been there. Definitely. So make sure that you check us out. If this is your first time chilling out with us, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, and share the channel with your friends and family. We get together, we have a good time. We want as many people to have a good time as we possibly can. I'm going to be going to some away games as well. I'm going to be at the Saints game. Coach Roney, she was saying that I don't know what other game we were talking about going to. I was thinking about Cincinnati, but I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to be going to some away games. Y'all know I got the season tickets for the home games, so we'll definitely be trying to get up. And like I said, we're going to see what we can get done there. Hoodie Jude says, y'all might have some fans who can make the roster at training camp. He said, "Baby, you should try out, Big." Hey, Bo, I definitely would, but hey, I ain't gonna be like Baker Mayfield and make excuses afterwards. I'm gonna make my excuse now. I ain't gonna lie, boy. This hip flexor, they got me. This straight left hip. Boy, I'd be good if I could tie my shoe without taking the knee. Oh man. Hoodie Juba says, I bet I see you week 1 at the Dome. Yeah, man, definitely. And I'm actually going to be at the Saints game, so we'll definitely be having a good time. Hopefully we'll get a chance to link up with some other Falcons fans there, and like we said, we get a lot of love from the Saints coaching staff, because we love y'all just as much. So y'all definitely check us out. Dwight Thomas says, if you come to Cincinnati, we got to link up. Oh, okay. You already know. Man, I definitely appreciate it. I appreciate that invitation, Coach. Much love to you, man. Definitely. Yeah, man, that dang hip flexor, boy. Man, I'm over here. Ooh, it's rough. But yeah, man. So look, wait, JJ says, he says, Coach, off-topic question. What's the best Falcons game you've ever been to? So, whoa, boy. Man, I tell you what. So, I think the second game I've ever went to, we played the Carolina Panthers. and this was the game where Matt Ryan told them to get off his field. So I was there whenever Matt Ryan threw the pass from the 2-yard line down to the Panthers with like 44, and Roddy White went up, caught the ball in the middle of 3 Panthers guys, and we ended up kicking the field goal as the time went out to win the game. But you know what? It's like that was the most dramatic one that I ever went to. But like the one that was the most fun to go to was 2016, the divisional game against the Seattle Seahawks. That was I never forget. It's like, because I guess first of all, that was the first time I was in the Dome and I felt it shake. That's the first time I was ever in the Dome and felt it shake. So we, whenever we got that sack, and Russell Wilson, I think somebody stepped on his foot, and it's like everybody grabbed me from all directions. It was like, so the people behind me, they grabbed me. The people beside me grabbed me, and I just couldn't move. I was just sitting there like, oh yeah, this is cool. But that's the great. That was the greatest game I've ever been to. That was the greatest game I've ever been to. Yeah. We smacked the Seahawks, and then the Packers, they got it too. Dre says 2016 championship, last game of the Dome was the best game. So I didn't get a chance to catch that one. But I caught that divisional game, and that was the best game that I went to. I never forget, like the Cowboys fans. There was some Cowboys fans that were there, and like they were talking about, oh man, well, once if we play the Cowboys next week, y'all ain't gonna do nothing with them. And like we were telling them, was like, look, y'all ain't gonna beat the Packers, so you might as well enjoy the rest of your season right now. And that's how it worked out. But it felt real good talking some trash. JJ the Great says, I never been to a game, but if everything goes right, I make the first. Oh man, well, look, JJ, make sure that you hit me up, man, because look, I love meeting, everybody in the coaching staff, and I love to, try to make that moment with them, because, look, at the end of the day, Big Low Kuntry Sports is y'all's channel, so I love meeting everybody who's, contributed in any way. If you watch a video, if you comment on a video, you subscribe to the channel anyway, anything that you do, I definitely appreciate it. So I like to thank everybody that I come across. Definitely do. Hoodie Juba says, the best Falcon game of all time was the Super Bowl AK. Okay, all right, Hoodie Juba. All right, get that hate out your heart. Oh man, Coach Rona, she put the Instagram page up. Yeah, she put the Instagram. I appreciate that, Coach Rona. Definitely. Abel said, "Why your subs don't pop up?" Man, shoot, man. I don't want everybody all up in. The hills have eyes. I got people watching me. Oh man, y'all look crazy, man. But look, man, I ain't finna hold y'all up too long. Up sitting up here rambling. I know a lot of y'all got to go to work tomorrow, whether it's morning or night or anything and things like that. So look, I want to appreciate every last one of y'all for coming on and chilling out with us. Thank y'all so much. Look, we at Hump Day. You know what I say? I say this all the time. Wednesday after lunch, it's all downhill from there. So you got a couple more days. Like if you work on Saturday or Sunday, we got some days off coming up pretty soon. So look, in the meantime, I need y'all to stay safe. Please don't do anything that I would do. They talk about the hills have eyes. I know them. Y'all crazy, boy. Appreciate that one time for the fan. Hoodie do great show like always, man. Go Falcons and who there. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Definitely, man. Definitely. Well, Will said, man, I missed the show. Man, you can always just watch the playback, my brother. If I want to, if it's one of those cases I keep everybody up, man, I'll go another hour for you, bro. But I can't do that. I can't do that. But look, y'all stay safe, man. Don't do anything that I would do. Y'all take care till next time. What in the world, bro? We ready.